Come sit by my campfire. I'm going to tell you a little story. And there's no one here except you and me. Come on, let's dance.
First sense of limelight or exposure to the public eye, I had come as Irfan Khan's son with my head like, hey, you know what I mean? And I stepped into the vanity and the first thing she said, to me, you were always Shitappa's son.
It's really sad that today you can go to a A-lister heroine actress and you can tell her that, okay, there's this film for you with a male actor and it's going to be really good for you. You know, you'll get a lot of brands and this and that. But you don't think of doing that to a male actor.
We in our films always kind of project like Merry Christmas kind of a thing happening all around the year.
Yeah.
And I think because as a society we are always wanting to live in denial.
You can't say this, you can't say that.
Yeah.
ऐसे बात करोगे तो आपको ये ब्रांड नहीं मिलेगा, ऐसे बात करोगे तो वो मेरा अंदर का बच्चा तो मतलब बहुत ही दूर हो गया है मुझसे and I really want to go after these promotions and find him again, you know.
Anvita ma'am, Swastika, Tripti, Babil, welcome to Pinkvilla yet again.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I want to start with you. You know, your worlds are so fascinating, whether it's Bulbul or whether it's Kala. And if I have to give you an analogy, maybe sounds stupid, but you know, these are films that I would like to sit in the woods, be tucked in a bed, in a comfy, cozy bed and watch these films. Where do these stories come from? What are the references?
I think, first of all, I want to talk about this feeling that you have that you want to watch these stories like this.
Yeah.
Because I think essentially at heart, storytelling is what started around campfires. Right?
Absolutely.
तो आप अंधेरे में हैं, आपको कोई कहानी सुना रहा है, थोड़ी सी रोशनी है. By whether it's on your grandmother's terrace or आंगन or in the forest, you know. And that feeling, I think that's what I feel about stories. Because I read more, so you're lost in that world and there's nothing around you. And I just want to recreate it for everybody who watches my film. Ki aao, come sit by my campfire. I'm going to tell you a little story. And there's no one here except you and me. Come on, let's dance.
How beautiful.
That's what I want.
My God.
Lovely.
मार दिया. हम और बात करके क्या फायदा? घर चलते हैं, चलो यार, done.
No, I absolutely agree with you. You know, it also gives feeling of those Ruskin-Bond books that you read in the night. It does that also to you. I completely agree. Tripti, I want to ask you, the film is set in the 40s, you know, and at that point in time, an industry like us, which is not so much now, but at that point in time used to be very male-dominated.
Yeah.
And for a woman to make a space for herself in a space like this is very difficult. The only name I could think of who made it was Devika Rani.
Yeah.
Have you addressed these things also in the film?
Yes, there is this, you know, in those times there was this famous photographer. There was only one female photographer, Homai, and she has, you know, used that in the film. You will see a female photographer holding a camera. And that reference has been taken, but other than that, I don't think we have referred to, you know, those times at all. And it is still difficult.
May I interrupt? Sorry. I think the entire film and the setting is a tip of the hat to those women.
Yeah.
The women who worked at that time, whether it was Jaddan Bai or Devika Rani.
Absolutely.
Or even Lata Mangeshkar and all the singers that came before her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even today, I feel it is very much male-dominated. I mean, there is a difference, yes. Today, there are people who are making, you know, female-led stories. People like Anvita, you know, there's a film called Darlings that recently came out.
Yeah.
But I think we're still on number 2. If we, you know, it's like I feel like we're walking towards it, but it's high time that we run towards it now because
Exactly.
women are no less than men, I feel. And today, the kind of stories women are telling, there is no difference in. I mean, they're equally important. They're equally, you know, they're talking about such good subjects. And it's really sad that today you can go to a A-lister heroine actress and you can tell her that, okay, there's this film for you with a male actor and it's going to be really good for you. You know, you'll get a lot of brands and this and that. But you don't think of doing that to a male actor.
Absolutely.
This is just sad.
Yeah.
And I feel the representation of women in a lot of films today is also it's not good. I mean, you don't want to show women as weak or a damsel in distress or, someone who's just there to make the hero look good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's high time we start showing women as strong, as powerful, because when I did Bulbul, a lot of girls for a year almost messaged me and they said, a lot of them messaged me and said that we were going through such a rough patch in our marriage and we were going through domestic violence. Everybody was being subjected to some or the other thing, and then they were like, we never had the guts to address it. And your movie has given us the confidence to address those issues. Your movie has given us the confidence to stand up against it. And that is the power of movies.
Yeah.
That is what we can do through our stories. So why not do it?
Absolutely. No, in fact, you rightly said. I was speaking to Anjali Menon recently, and I was also speaking to about how a female film, which has a female headline cast, is still called a women-centric film, but a Salman Khan or an Akshay Kumar film is never called a male-centric film. What is wrong? It's still called a film. It's And like she mentioned, Jadan Bhai Nargis-ji's mother, she used to be such a powerful woman at that point in time. Amazing example. Swastika, your character Urmila is Anvita on her Instagram describes as a flawed mother. Now in India, especially in Hindi films, we are used to seeing perfect mothers on screen. Mothers cannot be flawed. I really want to know how challenging then it becomes to make it relatable and believable to play a character like Urmila.
I think this is relatable. Flawed mothers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Perfect mothers are not relatable because parents make mistake all the time.
Yeah.
And children fight with their parents, they don't talk with them for months or years. Later on, I've seen so many of my friends, they always had this tiff with their fathers, and after a certain age, they've kind of reconciled and the bond has, come back in their lives. So yeah, we all around us, we see flawed relationships, kahin thoda zyada, kahin thoda kam. But no family is perfect.
Yeah.
But we in our films always kind of project like Merry Christmas kind of a thing happening all around the year.
Yeah.
And I think because as a society we are always wanting to live in denial. It's amazing that Anvita has sketched Urmila's character as a mother who is strong, powerful, also weak and vulnerable, is flawed, is broken, fighting with her own demons, trying to adjust to her life which keeps on changing constantly.
Yeah.
And fighting with the turmoil that is there inside her and also outside her. And that is how we are as human beings.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, it's not something that happened in 1940s and abhi nahi hota hai.
Correct.
We are also, fighting a war in our daily lives in our own way. Her battles will be different, mine will be different, yours will be different, but we are nonetheless doing it. So I think the audience will relate to Urmila, and mothers definitely will.
No, and I'm glad these films will give those perspective also to the world outside. So one step at a time.
Yeah, it's a very it's a honest thing to do, I think. Honest way to tell stories.
I agree. Babil, the film introduces you. We don't know so much about you. So I went on your Instagram and your bio says, if life gives you lemons, make tomato juice. Can you please explain?
There's nothing to explain. Just think out of the box, I think. Downstairs, I saw, because I was just entering and there was a woman smoking a cigarette and the security guard is, "Aap yahan smoke nahi kar sakte." And she just took one step to the left and said, "Yahan kar sakti ho?" Security guard was like, "Haan." We are so in the dabba, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
हम लोग को इतना conditioned कर दिया है. I just feel like for humanity to evolve, we need to break out of our conditionings and these ideas of what good is and bad is, and I think we just need to question. I think that's it. That's what it means. Just don't think. Let your soul do the job, I think.
Is that what you plan to do in your work also in the future?
I plan to, but what goes according to plan, man? Like, every day you face something which throws you completely in the deep. So,
like what?
I really want to. I want to do some things that, help people wonder and think and evolve. But I'm starting to realize that this industry is much more than just art and acting and all of that. So I'm learning the game, and I wish I can learn the game and beat it.
Is it difficult to adjust to that?
Yeah, it is.
When you come with a
my
perception,
individuality is very strong, and Baba, I was raised as an individual and someone who questions, and then you realize that you need to just. ये आप नहीं कर सकते, ये आप post नहीं कर सकते. Do you see?
You can't say this.
हाँ, you can't say this. You can't say that.
Yeah.
ऐसे बात करोगे तो आपको ये brand नहीं मिलेगा. ऐसे बात करोगे तो वो and मेरा अंदर का बच्चा तो मतलब बहुत ही दूर हो गया है मुझसे. And I really want to go after these promotions and find him again.
It's like people want your opinion on everything, but when you give your opinion,
and there's backlash.
this is wrong.
They want your opinion in a certain way.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is
So
wrong.
How can you say this?
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah,
The kind of boxes they want you to fit in.
Yeah.
It's not like you give your opinion, but just make sure this is there. Like these points have to be there, which is not your opinion anymore.
Exactly.
No,
When
it's
you
very
don't feel
difficult
like
to be a
talking
celebrity.
about anything, then you're like, what's the point? Even if we say something, it's going to be taken in the bad light. Then you don't say anything, and when you don't say anything, then they're like, you don't care of society, and you're not a part. You don't consider yourself a part of society because you're not as involved as everybody else.
Yeah.
Then you're in trouble. What to do?
I agree. The struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Babil, on another post, while talking about color, you say a part of the post reads, let's say the first time I worked in a film as an actor was a period of rigorous personal evolution to a very difficult time. I know you mentioned the time when Irfan sir passed away, and you were getting into in this film. What gives strength at this point in time?
Them. Really, I'm not kidding. Because I came strength, right? You're talking about. So that's what I'm saying. The rigorous evolution part was because it was difficult to accept myself and to be like, yes, accept your flaws and to understand that who you were when Baba was there, the protection that Baba gave me, which was gone suddenly. I got really scared. I was very, very scared. So that's why it was extremely difficult. And man, Anvita, Tripti, Swastika, man.
No, okay, cool.
When we were,
Don't call me ma'am, I'm sick of it.
The first time when we were in Kashmir, just the love and the friendship and the concern and care that we had for each other, that's what gave me strength, because it made me feel like, okay, I'm okay. I'll be fine. Let me do a bad take. Let's. And I did. Oh, ma'am saved me.
No, but you do call him your golden boy.
Yes,
how did you discover him? Tripti has been around before Bulbul also, but I think people really discovered her as an artist in Bulbul.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people are waiting to see that in Babil also with Kala. How did you discover
Me too.
him?
I'm also in the line.
Ma'am, I loved you in Criminal Justice.
No, but people will discover me. I'll say, guys, I have arrived. Wake up, abhi to उठ जाओ, please यार.
हो गया बहुत.
After so many
फिर दे दो
years.
अभी.
Filter दे दो अभी.
Actually, the same way that I know that Tripti's been around, but as I said, I don't watch much.
Huh.
I read. So, or write. So, I discovered Babil the same way that I discovered Tripti, through an audition.
Lovely.
So, I had no idea what Tripti had done before Bulbul.
Huh.
And after I cast her, she told me about, Laila Majnu and all of that. Same with Babil, I had a DA called Rabia Kapoor. And I was searching for Jagan and I could not. There were lovely auditions that I got, but somehow they were not fitting into, either they were too old or somewhere the Jagan quality of that innocence and that feeling of never seen before, this new child who comes from steps into the world from the shadows kind of a feeling. So then Rabia recommended him because they were in school together, and I wasn't even sure whether he wanted to act. So I reached out to Casting Bay, Abhishek and Anmol.
Yes.
And they showed me in their presentation, he was one of the names, the new list that they'd made, because we'd auditioned so many times. And so they auditioned him, and it was his audition that got him this gig. Who he is, what he is, I had no idea before I saw the audition.
Oh, wow.
So the only person I cast
मैंने नहीं दिया audition.
so you have arrived. But then I auditioned. So yes, that's how I found him through the work that he put into that audition.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, that's amazing because as outsiders, people would feel that he's Irfan Khan's son, so he wouldn't have need to audition.
I'll be very honest with you. Like, I know people think that, but no, I'm not getting like offers essay. Like offers come, and then I'm like, "Arey was." I read the script. I'm like, "Abhi main haan na bolunga," and then my management says, "Sir, aapko
Audition dena hai.
I'm like, "Acha, wo haan ya na bolenge."
Yeah.
And I actually knew him, I met him once when he was around 14. But it was, so that's the thing. So I did not, I met, I think, Irfan like a couple of times at narrations and things. I knew him as Shutappa's son.
Oh, lovely.
And Rabia's friend. So that's my in into him was that.
Yeah.
So.
And the first thing when I came on set, the first thing, because I had come with, Baba had just passed, and you know, that first sense of limelight or exposure to the public eye. I had come as Irfan Khan's son with my head like, hey, you know what I mean? And I stepped into the vanity, and the first thing she said, to me, you were always Shutappa's son. I always looked at you as Shutappa's son, and on this you are Shutappa's son. And suddenly I was just like, Mama. and then I became Mama's boy, and then we just shot.
No, I get that. I mean, I've spoken to Irfan sir countless times in the past, and he's amazing, but so is Shutappa ma'am. So what genes to have, I must say. You know, I was just talking about, you know, you being arrived with Bulbul and all, and you're doing this big film now called Animal with Ranbir Kapoor. Have you finished? What's happening on that front?
We haven't started shooting yet. I'm going to be shooting soon for the film.
How excited are you for it?
Very, very excited. I've always been a fan of Ranbir Kapoor and his work. I feel he's a brilliant actor. And yeah, I look at it as an opportunity to learn. I think there'll be so much for me to learn from an actor like him. I mean, you watch all his films, he's different in every film. You watch Rocket Singh, he looks like a different person. You watch a Barfi, he's a completely different person. And I honestly want to do that in life. I want to be different in each film. Like, that was my first worry when I read Kala. I, in fact, remember having this conversation with Anvita where I told her that, you know, it's the two of us again, and what if I act the same? What if it's, you know, very similar to Bulbul? She's like, it's not going to be similar because it's a different person, it's a different character, and we'll work on it. I said, okay. And hopefully it is different.
She said, I'm the same person, you're the same person. I said, we might be same, but Kala is a completely different beast.
Yeah.
So how will you be the same?
But yeah, that's the aim. I want to be different in each film, and that is something that I think, learned from an actor like Ranbir. So obviously I'm very, very excited to act alongside him, and I'm very nervous also.
No, you'll kill it like you've been doing it. And I really want to say, I've not seen Kala honestly, but I really want to see. I'm really, really excited for it. All the best and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
This was a fun chat.
Yeah.
Yes, really was.